Now, we've gone over halocarbons, alcohols, organic acids, aldehydes, and ketones. Our next one is the hardest. This is the hardest one to build and the hardest one to name. But halocarbons, remember, you can put any of those halogens anywhere on the hydrocarbon chain, anywhere. For alcohols, you can put the OH, which is called the hydroxy group, anywhere on the carbon chain. But for organic acids, remember, you got to have Cu at the end. For aldehydes, you have to have Cho at the end. For ketones, remember, you got to have a double bonded O off a middle carbon. So for the molecular formula, you look for this. COC, Coke. Now, for esters, man, it's going to be the whole video just on one functional group. So here we go. So I'm not going to give you the call letters like Cu and Cho and OH. We have to figure them out. But in order to make an ester, we need two functional groups. So watch. These are the two functional groups we have to make. We have to put together an organic acid plus an alcohol. All right? And what it's going to make is this. So, an organic acid plus an alcohol will produce an ester plus water. And like I said, these are crazy. And the process of making an ester is called esterification. And that's what we're going to go over right now. Esterification. And I hope all this fits on this board. We'll start with the small one. All right. So for number 3, I'm going to put number 3 over here because we need all the room we can get. So let's use an organic acid. Let's use propanoic acid. And then let's use methanol. Now, watch how you name these, because when you build this for me for this video, you're going to build the acid first, and then you're going to build the alcohol. But to name it, you got to name the alcohol and then the acid. So it's crazy, but watch. If I have propanoic acid and methanol, the name of the ester is methyl propanoate. So I'm going to put it down here. Methyl propanoate. So how did I get that name? Well, instead of methanol, I chopped it to methyl, which goes right there. And instead of propanoic, I put propanoate. methylpropanoate. So you're going to build 2 of these, and that's all you're going to do for this video, but it's going to be pretty tough. So remember, propanoic acid and methanol yields methylpropanoate plus H2O plus water. All right? Now, we have got a lot to put up there, but we're not going to do that until we build this thing. So we're going to build propanoic acid and methanol. I'm going to put it way up on top. Okay, here we go. You know how to build propanoic acid. Prop means 3 carbons, and since it's an acid, got to have a "-cu" at the end. So watch. That is propanoic acid. Methanol is just 1C, but watch what you have to do when you build these. Instead of writing this, don't put this down, instead of writing methanol like this, that's methanol, got 1 OH, got 1 C. What I want you to do is I want you to take the OH and put it on the left side. So it looks like this. Now, here's what's going to happen. How do we put those 2 together? Well, it's called dehydration synthesis. So dehydration means you take out water. Synthesis means you're putting together. So in order to put these 2 together, we have to use dehydration synthesis. And chances are, usually we use an acid because acids suck the water out. So in this case, above the arrow, let's put sulfuric acid. So usually we take an acid for dehydration synthesis. Now watch what happens. See that OH and see that OH? Well, we're going to take this OH and we're going to take this H. We're going to go like that and we're going to make H2O. So in other words, we took an OH from one molecule and H from another molecule, took that out, and now we're going to put those 2 together. So what we make is this. Everything here stays the same. That double bonded O stays the same. So we have 3 C's. We've got 3 H's around the first one. We've got 2 H's the second. We've got a double bonded O up here. But we don't have anything hooked to that. We don't have anything hooked to that yet. So for this one, we've got 1 C, H, 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 and we got just an O there. Now, that works out nicely because remember, oxygen got to have 2 bonds around it. So look, we dropped out the water, and then that O right there attaches right there. So that's CH3, CH2, CO, O, CH3. Now, remember, plus water. Now look at this crazy molecular formula. So the molecular formula I'm going to put right down here. So I can combine those two because nothing's going on there. So I can put down C2H5. That's C2H5, then COOCH3. So the call letters for an ester, the call letters are COOC. COOC. Those are the call letters for an ester. COOC. Now, like I said, these are difficult. These are hard to name and hard to put together. So what I'm going to do is I'll probably do 2 more of these with you, and then you have to do 2. And then that's it for this video for you. All right, so that was propanoic acid and methanol. That gives you methylpropanoate. All right, so here's your next one. Let's make this one a real easy one. All right, now I have methanoic acid plus ethanol. Don't forget, when you name these things, you got to take the alcohol, chop the name, and then for the acid, you got to put 08 at the end. So the name of this would be ethyl methanoate. And then it's going to be plus water. Now, to build it, this is a simple one to build. Methanoic acid, 1 carbon. There's your COO, got an H here, plus ethanol. And don't forget, you got to take that OH and put it on the other side. So it looks like this. So that is methanoic acid plus ethanol. Now we got to drop the water out. Now we got to put it together on the other side. So we have a C double bonded OH. Then we have a dash, a bond, but that's gone. And then we have that H is gone, so the O hooks these two together. And that's what that one looks like. Now we have to do the molecular formula. So the molecular formula would be H C O O C2H5. And there is your COOC. Now when you build 2 of these, if you don't have a COOC in the middle, you did something wrong. All right, let's do 1 more, okay? And then I'm going to give you 2 to do for this video. All right, it's going to be a big one. Hexanoic acid plus propanol. Now don't forget, when you put these 2 together, you have to have some acid that sucks the water out. So how would you name hexanoic acid plus propanol? Don't forget, Take the alcohol, chop it, and then for the acid, put O8 at the end. So we have this. Propyl hexanoate. Now we got to build it. So hex means 6 carbons. And since it's an organic acid, we got a Q at the end. So that is hexanoic acid. Propanol, we have 3 carbons. So don't forget, we got to do it reverse. So we have plus HO, 1, 2, 3. Take the water out. Now, all you got to do is put it together. I don't have enough room there, so I'm going to put it right here. So I have, look at, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons before the double bonded O, so I can put them all together. So I can say this, C5, count the hydrogens, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, C5, H11, COO, and then C3, H1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there's your kook. All right. Now, that's your molecular formula. Okay. Let's do the structural formula because I did it backwards this time. So we have this. Now watch what I'm going to do because I'm going to make it real easy for the structural formula. This whole thing, I have to take out the OH and the H. So that's what I'm going to do. And then all I have to put in the middle is that O. There is the structural formula. Remember, drop the OH off one side, drop the H off the other, and that's what it is, and that's what this is right here. Okay? This is the toughest functional group to do, like I said before. So, here are the 2 I want you to do. Now be careful because you may have to use a whole piece of paper just to do these 2. All right. So you are going to build and name. Now we've done 2 or 3 of these things, so you should be able to do it. Here's the first one. So the first one you have to do, you're going to write down butanoic acid and methanol, and then you're going to name it on the other side. And don't forget to add water over there. Then you're going to build the structure for butanoic acid, build the structure for methanol, take water out, build the structure over there, and then give me your molecular formula. Okay? Be careful with these. That's the first one. Your second one is going to be a big one. So you be careful with this. So this is pentanoic acid plus pentanol. All right, same thing. Name it, add water over there, build pentanoic acid, build pentanol, drop the water off, build whatever the name of this is, and then give me the molecular formula. 2 questions to do for this video. Now, there's a couple more things we have to write down, and then you can do your homework. First of all, when I gave you this, remember esters up on top, and the call letter, you can put this down for call letter, C-O-O-C, kook. All right? Now, the big deal about esters, they're fats. Fats and waxes. But the really cool thing, and unfortunately we can't do it because of course COVID, but we were going to do a lab where you put an alcohol and an acid together, and you get great smells. Banana smells, juicy fruit, spearmint, apples, oranges, peaches. So esters are actually all the smells of the fruits and flowers. So when you have something that's artificially flavored, usually the smell is an ester that's produced in the laboratory. Okay? So, esters are fats, oils, and waxes. Good luck with the 2 you have to do. Do them very carefully. And then you'll have the hardest functional group taken care of.